Hey guys, Matt here, Flat Fender Crawlers. You know, I recently just restored and rebuilt, I guess rebuilt is a better way to put it, a Losi 8T 2.0 that I've had for many years. When I tore it down, I found something that I want to share with you guys. Now, I am a huge believer, and I kind of live by this motto that you can't see where you're going if you don't know where you came from. So let me give just a quick little backstory here, and we'll be fast. I bought this truggy many years ago before I really got involved heavily into RC stuff, and also before I really had gained a lot of knowledge. Now, I'm not a expert by any means, but I have learned a lot through my mistakes. So when I bought this truggy, I converted it to brushless, and I used it for a lot of hill climbs and sand hills and gravel pits, stuff like that. I love RC, or not RC, but Formula off-road driving and hill climbing. So if you combine like bouncer rigs, hill climbing, and bounty hill type stuff with Formula off-road, that is one of my favorite ways to drive an RC, any of them. But anyways, on the truggies, they all have open diffs because they are made for racing. That's what it is. It is the most elite badass race RC on the planet. But anyways, there were no lock diffs out there. There's no spools, there's no lockers, nothing like that. So what I did was come up with my own way to slow the diff down besides super heavy diff oil. Now, we got two diffs here. This is a used diff, but it is just a normal diff. Inside there you got all your little spider gears, and if you pull that out, this one's empty right now because it's just sitting in my parts bin, but inside there you'd have some nice diff full of oil, which works really well, does its thing to do what a differential does. Differentiate the power to each wheel to keep the vehicle moving and operating around corners nicely. Now, what I did with this diff here, this came out of the truggy, and I had forgotten that I did this until I pulled it apart to check the diffs and couldn't get it apart. I'm gonna admit this, you open this, it's all broken apart now, but you'll see rust. A whole lot of rust there. Pull that gear out. Look at that. It is rusted, completely solid. It's just locked in there, completely solid. This is one solid piece now. Remember, this diff hasn't been opened in 10 years. I completely forgot what I did until I opened this up. What I did is I packed Play-Doh in there. I did this in an attempt to slow the diff action down and tighten up that differential to give me better traction for hill climbs. And it worked so well back when I did it. You'd still get a little bit of differential action, and it would save your axle shafts from breaking, but it really worked like kind of like a limited, well, it doesn't work like a limited slip, but it just took away the differential action. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Play-Doh in your diff housing after 10 years gives you a solid, welded, rusted diff. And it actually works like a spool now, but that's come out. We're not going to use that. I just saved it just to remember, because that's where I came from. Back then, I did what I had to do in order to get the results and be as budget friendly as possible, and it worked. But you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. This is a lot of fun. Have a great day.